Thunder shook the family house as Amara kicked open the wooden door. Her dress was covered in mud, and blood dripped from her palm. In her hand was Zuri's broken red bead necklace, stained dark beneath the oil lamp. Mama Abeni stood beside Zuri, who was trembling and crying. "She poisoned you!" Amara shouted. "She wanted you dead before sunrise!" Zuri fell to her knees. "Mother, she is lying. Amara attacked me because she wants the inheritance." Without listening, Mama Abeni slapped Amara across the face. "Leave my house tonight," she ordered. Amara stared at Zuri and whispered, "One day, her smile will show you its teeth." 3 months earlier, the house had seemed peaceful. Mama Abeni lived with her 2 daughters beside a great baobab tree in the village of Ndambe. She owned the richest cassava field in the area and kept an ancient golden calabash inside a locked wooden chest. Zuri woke before sunrise, swept the courtyard, prepared breakfast, and gently massaged her mother's tired feet. Mama Abeni called her my mourning dove. Amara behaved differently. She counted every basket of grain, questioned every expense, and frequently argued with her mother. She even locked the medicine cupboard. To Mama Abeni, Zuri was kindness itself, while Amara seemed to carry a storm inside her heart. One morning, Mama Abeni discovered that 2 baskets of grain had disappeared. Amara immediately accused Zuri of taking them. Zuri lowered her eyes and said nothing. Mama Abeni became furious. "Your sister works from sunrise to sunset," she told Amara. "Why must you always attack her?" Amara dragged a basket from beneath her own sleeping mat. The missing grain was inside it. Zuri gasped in surprise. Mama Abeni believed Amara had hidden the grain and then blamed her innocent sister. What Mama Abeni did not know was that Zuri had entered Amara's room during the night and placed the basket there while everyone slept. Amara was punished, while Zuri quietly smiled behind her mother's back. Several days later, Amara entered the kitchen and saw Zuri crushing small black seeds beside Mama Abeni's drinking calabash. "What are those?" Amara demanded. Zuri quickly covered them with her hand. "Medicine for Mother's aching stomach." Amara smelled the powder and recognized the bitter scent of sleeping seeds. In small amounts, they caused weakness. In larger amounts, they could stop a person's breathing. Amara threw the powder into the fire and warned Zuri never to prepare medicine again. Zuri began crying just as Mama Abeni entered. "She only wanted to help me," Mama Abeni said. "Why are you so cruel?" Unable to prove what she had seen, Amara appeared guilty once more. Mama Abeni soon began suffering from dizziness, trembling hands, and terrible weakness. Each morning, Zuri carried warm porridge to her bed and stayed beside her like a devoted daughter. Amara remained suspicious. She took away the porridge, checked every ingredient, and refused to allow Zuri near the medicine cupboard. Mama Abeni mistook Amara's fear for jealousy. "You cannot bear to see your sister loved," she accused. Amara answered harshly. "Love that refuses to open its eyes is only another form of blindness." The words wounded Mama Abeni deeply. That night, Zuri added another pinch of black powder to her mother's water and whispered, "Soon, everything in this house will belong to me." Believing that her illness might soon take her life, Mama Abeni called both daughters into the courtyard. She announced that Zuri would inherit the family house, the cassava farm, and the locked wooden chest. Amara would receive only the old ancestral drum and a small piece of dry land near the forest. Zuri knelt and thanked her mother with tears in her eyes. Amara stood in silence before suddenly kicking over a clay pot. "You are giving everything to a snake because it knows how to sing like a bird?" she shouted. Mama Abeni ordered her to apologize, but Amara refused. To everyone who heard the argument, Amara appeared greedy and dangerous. Zuri appeared humble and undeserving of such hatred. That evening, Zuri followed Amara behind the house and quietly mocked her. "Soon, you will sleep on dry land while I own everything Father built." Amara raised her hand in anger, but stopped herself before striking. Zuri smiled, picked up a sharp shell, and cut her own arm. Then she screamed loudly. Mama Abeni rushed outside and found Zuri bleeding while Amara stood above her. "She attacked me," Zuri cried. "She said she would kill me before you signed the inheritance." Amara tried to explain, but Mama Abeni refused to listen. That evening, Zuri followed Amara behind the house and quietly mocked her. "Soon, you will sleep on dry land while I own everything Father built." Amara raised her hand in anger but stopped herself before striking. Zuri smiled, picked up a sharp shell, and cut her own arm. Then she screamed loudly. Mama Abeni rushed outside and found Zuri bleeding while Amara stood above her. "She attacked me," Zuri cried. "She said she would kill me before you signed the inheritance." Amara tried to explain, but Mama Abeni refused to listen. She ordered Amara to leave the family house and live alone in the abandoned hut near the forest. Zuri watched her sister walk away without showing the smallest trace of regret. Inside the abandoned hut, Amara placed the ancestral drum beside the fire. Angry and heartbroken, she struck it with her fist. A piece of wood loosened from its base, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside was a letter written by her late father. The letter warned that the golden calabash must never belong to a person who harmed the family for wealth. It also explained that the calabash contained seeds collected by their ancestors during years of famine. Whoever protected those seeds would protect the future of the entire household. Amara finally understood why Zuri wanted the chest. She was not seeking jewelry or money. She planned to sell the ancestral seeds and the family land together. The following morning, Mama Abeni discovered that the key had been moved. Zuri immediately blamed Amara. "She returned during the night," Zuri said. "I saw her shadow near your room." Filled with fear and anger, Mama Abeni walked to the forest hut. She found Amara's sleeping mat, clothes, and cooking pot, but Amara was away gathering herbs. Believing that her elder daughter planned to steal the golden calabash, Mama Abeni set the hut on fire. Amara returned to find everything she owned burning. She did not shout or cry. She simply looked at her mother and said, "You have burned the wrong daughter's home. One day, the right daughter may burn yours." After the fire, Amara decided that appearing innocent would never save her mother. She needed Zuri to believe she had become truly greedy. Amara broke into the family house in daylight, took the locked wooden chest, and carried it into the forest. Mama Abeni saw her leaving and screamed for her to return it. "I will sell everything before Zuri does," Amara shouted. Mama Abeni believed her worst fears had come true. However, Amara did not open or sell the chest. She buried it beneath the roots of the great baobab tree and marked the place with 3 white stones. By acting like a thief, she kept the golden calabash away from Zuri. With the chest missing, Zuri became desperate. She told Mama Abeni that Amara had hidden it near the abandoned well and offered to help search. At the well, Zuri demanded that her mother sign the inheritance paper immediately. Mama Abeni refused. Zuri's gentle expression disappeared. "If you die without signing, I may lose everything," she said coldly. She pushed her weakened mother toward the edge. At that moment, Amara emerged from behind the trees and pulled Mama Abeni back. During the struggle, Zuri's red bead necklace broke. Mama Abeni cut her hand against a stone, staining the beads with blood. Then she fainted. When she opened her eyes, Zuri was crying and blaming Amara. The three returned home as a storm covered the sky. Amara followed them, carrying the bloody necklace and demanding that her mother listen. This was the night when she accused Zuri of poisoning Mama Abeni. But Zuri cried so convincingly that Mama Abeni believed Amara had attacked them both. After being slapped and banished, Amara walked into the storm alone. Zuri closed the door behind her and dropped her frightened expression. "You should have stayed silent," she told her mother. Mama Abeni looked at her younger daughter in surprise. For the first time, Zuri's voice contained no kindness. That night, Mama Abeni remembered Amara's warning about a smile showing its teeth, and doubt entered her heart. The next morning, Zuri placed the inheritance paper before Mama Abeni and ordered her to sign. Mama Abeni refused again. Zuri grabbed her mother's wrist so tightly that her fingers left dark marks. "You gave Amara enough time to hide my property," Zuri said. "I will not lose everything because of your weakness." Mama Abeni finally understood that the loving daughter she had defended was only a mask. When she tried to leave, Zuri pushed her into the sleeping room and locked the door from outside. She gave her only a cup of poisoned water. Mama Abeni sat in darkness, remembering every punishment she had given Amara and every lie she had believed. Believing her mother was asleep, Zuri sat outside the locked room and spoke to herself. "I hid the grain, cut my own arm, poisoned the water, and blamed Amara. Yet Mother still refuses to give me what I deserve." Inside the room, Mama Abeni heard every word. Her heart broke, not only because Zuri had betrayed her, but because she had helped the betrayal by refusing to listen to Amara. Mama Abeni poured the poisoned water through a crack in the floor. Then she began tapping softly against the wall in the rhythm of the ancestral drum. Far outside the house, Amara heard the familiar rhythm. She knew it was a family call for help. Amara returned before sunset, carrying the ancestral drum. Zuri stood at the doorway and laughed. "Have you come to beg for forgiveness?" Amara struck the drum 3 times. Then she placed the black sleeping seeds, the false inheritance papers, and the blood-stained necklace on the ground. "I came to return the truth," she said. Zuri tried to attack her, but Amara pushed past and broke the lock on Mama Abeni's room. When Mama Abeni emerged, weak and ashamed, she fell at Amara's feet. "My daughter, I judged your face instead of your actions." Amara helped her stand. "Do not ask forgiveness yet," she said. "The house is still filled with smoke, even before the fire begins." Realizing that her lies had been exposed, Zuri grabbed an oil lamp and threw it against the dry wall. Flames spread across the house. "If I cannot own this home, none of you will," she screamed. Mama Abeni collapsed from weakness. Amara lifted her and carried her toward the doorway. A burning beam fell behind them, trapping Zuri inside. For one moment, Amara could have escaped and allowed the sister who had destroyed her life to die. Instead, she placed Mama Abeni safely outside and returned through the smoke. Amara found Zuri beneath a fallen roof mat and pulled her free. The sister once called cruel risked her life to save the sister once called kind. After escaping the fire, Zuri did not thank Amara. She ran toward the baobab tree where she had discovered the 3 white stones. She dug up the chest and opened it using the key she had stolen from Mama Abeni. Inside, the golden calabash finally opened. But instead of gold or jewels, Zuri found only dry ancestral seeds. Furious, she poured them onto the ground. "These are worthless!" she shouted. Amara rushed forward and gathered the seeds before the wind carried them away. Mama Abeni watched Zuri destroy the family's future for wealth that had never existed. At that moment, the last mask fell from Zuri's face, and everyone saw who she had chosen to become. Mama Abeni told Zuri that she could remain with the family only if she admitted her crimes, helped rebuild the house, and cared for the seeds she had almost destroyed. Zuri looked at the burned home, the empty chest, and the dry land. "There is nothing here worth staying for," she replied. She walked away without apologizing. Mama Abeni then offered the farm and all remaining property to Amara. But Amara refused to accept everything. "Give me only half," she said. "The other half must remain for the family's future." Greed entered this house because we allowed property to become more important than truth. Mama Abeni embraced her elder daughter and wept for the child she had misunderstood. Amara and Mama Abeni rebuilt a smaller house beneath the baobab tree. Together, they planted the ancestral seeds across the land. When the rains arrived, the dry field became green. The seeds produced enough food to protect the family through many difficult seasons. Amara, once feared for her anger, became known for protecting the weak and speaking the truth even when nobody believed her. Zuri, once praised for her kindness, continued traveling from place to place, searching for quick wealth. Wherever she went, her gentle smile opened doors, but her greed eventually closed them again. Mama Abeni never forgot that appearances had deceived her.